So go ahead and take your first color, I'm using this lavender, and make a slip knot, and we're going to chain 39. Once I have my 39 stitches, we're going to skip this first chain and do 38 half double crochets down the row. And you half double crochet by yarning over on your hook, inserting your hook into the stitch, pulling up a loop, yarning over on your hook, and pulling through all 3 loops on your hook. Alright, so now I have 38 half double crochets, and I'm going to join in the round. I join in the round at the end of round 1 because it's easier for me. So all I'm going to do is fold this in half and then slip stitch into the first stitch. Then at the end of the cuff, I'll just sew this little gap together. Alright, now we're going to go on to round 2. For round 2, we're going to chain 1 and then simply do 38 half double crochets all the way around. When you get back to the beginning, you're simply going to slip stitch into the top of that first half double crochet, and then you're going to cut your yarn and pull through. And this is the end of the setup rows, and now we're going to go on to rounds 3 and 4. For the next round, we're going to be switching colors. So I'm going to be switching to this dark purple. And the trick to making this look symmetrical is not to start in the place where you ended your last round. So I'm going to switch around and I'm going to start in this loop. So insert your hook into the stitch and using your new color, pull up a loop and chain 1. Now we're going to do 38 half double crochets all the way around using this new color. Now when you get to the place where you ended your old round, make sure that you don't do a half double crochet into the slip stitch. So skip over the slip stitch. When you get back to the beginning, just go ahead and slip stitch into the top of your first half double crochet. And then we're going to move on to round 4. So chain 1, and we're going to do 38 half double crochets all the way around again. When you get back to the beginning of that round, you're going to slip stitch into the top of that very first half double crochet. And then once again, cut your yarn. Since you're cutting your yarn every 2 rows, I like to go in and just tie it off. I actually don't weave in the ends here. I just tie a knot. I make sure that it's not a tight knot because you don't want to pull this down. And now you're going to repeat rounds 3 and 4 until your cuff is as long as you want. So you can see here, I've repeated the 2 rows of colors a whole lot, and I've tied off all of my ends. And the thing you want to do is make sure you start it in a different space every time. But that really is the simplest way to make stripes where you don't have a little pucker or a seam that shows.